Hi, my name is Brittany and welcome to my channel. Today I talk about, not today, any of my videos, I talk about a plethora of books, and in today's specific video I'm going to be going over some upcoming releases that I'm super excited and stoked to read. I'm trying to kind of get back into like loving reading. I've been in a little bit of like a book, I don't want to say like slump, but I guess it's a slump, whatever, for the past couple of weeks, and I kind of just want to get back into it. So this is kind of like my efforts. None of these books on this list have been released yet, but I'm going to tell you the books, tell you when they're going to be released, and then give you just like this general synopsis that I found out, kind of all comprised into this one video. Mostly, well, all these books are fiction books. That's kind of like the genre that I'm most interested in. And yeah, I don't want to ramble too much about nonsense, so let's get started. The first two books I'm going to talk about are books that I spoke about in a previous video when I was talking about Black authors. It was like Black authors, Black books by Black authors, specifically with an emphasis on not picking books that are based solely in like oppression or like racism, like obtusely. Like obviously it might be an undertone, but like that isn't like the crux of what this book is about. And one of the books that is upcoming is going to be released in June 3rd of this year is Meet Me at the Crossroads by Megan Giddings. This book is situated in a world where 7 mysterious doors appear, and they are seemingly doors that are taking you to different worlds. So this could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing. It is following two sisters, Ayana and Olivia. They are twin sisters, and one of the sisters goes missing. And the other sister is kind of in this place of trying to figure out what happened to her sister, as well as trying to find solace and like peace kind of like in this new world, especially after these 7 mysterious doors have appeared. Hold on, my sister's calling me. Hold on. Oh, I missed it. Okay, I'm back. So the next book that is coming out on June 24th are The Tiny Things Are Heavier. This book, we are following the character. Her name is Sami, and she has left her native country to go to a graduate program in a different country. I'm assuming it's probably in the Western world, my assumption. But she's going to her graduate program. However, it's starting at this very inopportune time. Her brother is kind of dealing with a mental health crisis, and she's kind of just like left, and she's feeling a little bit of guilt towards that, and she's kind of like trying to navigate that reality. She also has a best friend in while she's in school, and they have a very complicated relationship, and the complications and I guess like the negative parts of their friendship is only made worse by Sami's starting to have this ongoing relationship with this man named Brian. Brian, I believe he is mixed race, I believe, and his father is Nigerian. He has basically, his father has left him. Kind of he's abandoned or estranged from his father. His father has left and went back to Nigeria. And during one of the summers, Sami and Brian both decide to take a trip back to Nigeria. During this time, Brian's goal is to basically find his father, whereas Sami's goal is to kind of check on her brother. It's kind of how it feels, like make sure everything's okay, and something happens and it changes the whole dynamic of how she feels about like self-love as well as familial love, and everything's in an uproar. So that is the second book. The next book that is coming out on June 18th is called Little Rot, and this is following this man named Kalu. Kalu. So Kalu and Amia. So Amia, am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know. Let's just go with it. Amia and Kalu have just recently broken up, and Kalu has decided to he's been invited by his friend Ahmed to go to like the sex club. And during this adventure in this basically sex club, he meets these 2 sex workers. And throughout this time, questionable decisions are made that kind of uproot and really change the life of all the people who are in this club, primarily Kalu, Ahmed, and then the two sex workers. After poor decisions are made, Kalu, his friend, and then the two sex workers kind of find themselves in like the underbelly of the city's like corruption. They have kind of gotten themselves into a like nefarious position that they're trying to save themselves from. It's not very clear what that is, but it sounded interesting, and so I'm definitely gonna read that. And that book is Little Rot. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. I'm pretty sure that there have been definitely other books, but Bill Clinton and James Patterson is coming out with a book on June 2nd. And honestly, I was just like, I've never read a book by Bill Clinton. And I'm pretty sure it's probably like a ghostwriter situation, but I'm just like, why not? This is all that they give in terms of the synopsis for the book, because technically this is all that they have to give, because I feel as though because of these names, people are going to read it just because. This book is coming out on June 3rd. It is a thriller and it is called, no. This book is coming out on June 2nd. It is The First Gentleman. And so it is about a first gentleman who is a football player, and is he a murderer? And this is the quote. These are the two lines that we get that I was able to find in my very brief research. Is the first gentleman a killer? A pair of brilliant investigative journalists.
There will be some sun and thunderstorms, with a high of 81 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 65 degrees.
Thank you. Thank you. Is the first gentleman a killer? A pair of brilliant investigative journalists set out to answer that burning question about an NFL star turned political spouse. That's all we get. The next book is 50/50. This book is coming out on June 3rd, and this is about two sisters. These two sisters are on trial for the murder of their father. Yes. The two sisters are Sophia and Alexandria, and each sister is saying the other sister killed our father, and I'm kind of like stuck in the house with her. She killed him. He has been butchered with a knife. He is on the ground, dead, and he has killed, like my other sister has killed them. However, it already tells us that one of the sisters is lying. One of the sisters is lying, and being in jail is, they're not surprised. So we're kind of going to go through the trial process, my assumptions. We are going through the trial process of these two sisters being charged and seeing if they are going to be convicted of their father's murder. The next book is Don't Open Your Eyes. This book is coming out on June 17th, and it is about this woman. I want to say something. A lot of books, a lot of synopses that I read or that I like looked into in terms of book all start off the same. And I'm not sure if it's like the same publishing house. I'm not sure why it's kind of repetitive, but it kind of starts off in the same way. Very similar to how the synopsis for the book, The Three of Us, that I read and I did a book review about, kind of starts. And it's, she has it all. She has the house, she has the kids, she has the car, but, right? It's always the same, like, formulaic sentence. This is a psychological thriller, and this one starts off very similar. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully. But we are following a woman, and she has everything. She has everything. She has a house, she has the husband, she has the kids, all that. However, she's having dreams. She's having dreams that she hates her husband and that she is fearful for her daughter's safety. And at first she's just thinking, okay, those are just dreams, and moving on. However, parts of the details of the dreams are starting to kind of seep into her reality, and she has this assumption that this is just a premonition of the future. Like, this is a story to come, and she's trying to basically figure out and hold on to some sort of control on trying to navigate and prevent the story from unfolding how it is in her dreams. Also, during this time, she has this dream where one of her children, somebody's trying to kill one of her children, and she's kind of spiraling. She's spiraling out of control in terms of figuring out, does she have the control to stop fate? And this is don't open your eyes. And so I'm gonna try it out and I'll let you know how it goes. Like after I read it, I'll definitely let you know. And this book comes out again in June 17th. The last book that I want to talk to you guys about today is Flashlight. Flashlight comes out on June 3rd. This is kind of, I think, honestly, one of the like most I'm really excited. And I think it's going to be a really good book to the point where I kind of like, it was one of those books where I'm so interested in reading it, I wouldn't hate like actually going and like buying the book first without reading it, which is something I don't typically do. But Louisa and her father take a walk on the beach. However, when dawn comes, Louisa has washed up on the beach and the father is presumed to have drowned in the ocean. Now, the rest of the book is going from member or character by character, kind of rehashing this event that they call the night by the sea. So, we're kind of going over and over in these different perspectives of this night on what occurred. And Louisa is technically the only child. She has her father, who is Cirque. How he is estranged from his family. He is Korean, who was born or raised in Japan, and his family decided to relocate because of things and decisions causing him to be like kind of separated from them. And Anne, Louisa's mother, she is also estranged from her family due to kind of what they call quote unquote reckless sexual adventures in her youth. And Louisa's, I guess, trying to figure out. And then her brother, Tobias, who is technically what they deem the illegitimate child of Anne, shows up. He just pops back in. And his new arrival starts to stir more questions about a lot of things, but more specifically, questions about the night by the sea. That night where Cirque, the father, has disappeared, like what happened, and somehow he is involved in that. And that sounds interesting. So those are the 7 books, I believe, that I'm very much interested in reading, trying to get back into the swing of things, back into reading because I do enjoy it. I've been kind of like in this weird book phase where it's just like everything sounds boring to me. Everything sounds boring. Also, I'm the type of person where I don't know what it is, but books maintain my attention span a little bit more than TV shows because it's like really hard for me to get into TV shows. Don't, it's probably like an attention, like I need to be better at like my attention span, but we're growing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I enjoyed sitting down and talking with you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.